Hey everyone, this is CW Smith here. This is gonna be my Arrow Season 6 Episode 16 video. Now, be careful for spoilers, and this is gonna be a spoiler video, so be careful for spoilers if you haven't seen this episode yet. But this episode kind of basically some parts of the episode has flashbacks of Season 1. And this was all about the fact that Roy came back, and we can see him in action again. And now, a certain member might left the show. And I'll tell you how I feel about that in a little bit. But now, this episode, it was basically like it's this new person that used to work with Malcolm Merlin before he might have possibly died on season 5 finale. And so this woman's name was Athena, and this wasn't like a new League of Assassins sort of thing, but the League of Assassins, if you remember, if you've been watching Arrow the past 6 seasons, then you remember from season 4 that Nessa disbanded the League of Assassins because of the fight that Oliver had with Malcolm Merlin. Because she burned the ring that Ra's al Ghul wore when he had the League of Assassins. So this episode basically, and then Nissa wanted to put a stop to this, so she had to go to Oliver and his team for help. And this is to find a map that Athena, Malcolm had trusted Athena with. But then didn't know anything about it because she wanted to put that light behind her. But apparently she might not want to leave it because there's a moment that she said whenever Oliver puts on the hood, he sees a better version of himself. And she feels the same way whenever she does that to her suit. And one of my favorite moments is when Roy had a hat on that was exactly like in the comics and when he was the Arsenal. Something that they copied the hat that Roy Harper wore in the comics when he was the Arsenal. That was really cool, and I actually liked that. But that was really cool. Seeing Roy back in action, it was awesome. It was amazing. I'm trying to remember what else next. And then there was one moment that Roy wanted to go and get away together, and with Thea, and what they originally planned. And that was a moment Thea left the show. After past 6 seasons, that episode was the episode that Thea left. But I don't think she'll be around for this next season finale, and that's gonna be a little sending for me. But I mean, she might. William Holland, who plays Thea, might have had a little bit of a little contract. You know how actors are like. If you have a contract beyond this season, however many seasons that you have, signed and contracted for, and get paid. But yeah, I'm really sad about that. And now, when in the first season, Thea was kind of like Oliver's little, I can't remember what the exact word was it. I don't know the exact word. It was kind of like his love thing because he loves his sister. And that makes him, when he puts on the hood, that he has something to protect for. And now he has a wife and a son with Felicity and William. And now that William is going to be there's going to be a regular, I think they're going to have more love things from Oliver to keep him, make him keep being the Green Arrow, because he would have more things to fight, more people to fight for his wife and for his son. And I still love the fact, I like the joke that this is still calling him husband. Because, if you don't remember season 3, Oliver and Aslan tried to pretend to be the new Ra's al Ghul in the last parts of season 3, because he defeated Ra's al Ghul in battle and wanted to, and came back to life and all that. And there was this, and then they got marriage. It got like forced marriage sort of thing from season 3, so that's why she keeps calling him husband. And because I have a wife in office, and you gotta stop doing that. I have a wife now, and she hates that. And this is like, that's the fun of it. I don't know why I think the joke about it. So yeah, there's this little cube thing that they had to unlock in order to get the map out. And so it took everything they could to get out. Old school, and they had to figure out mathematics, whatever it is, sort of thing, and mathematics code that accessed the little cube. And then when they opened it and there was a map, it looked literally nothing. And so they tried old school, and you had to open the flame, that didn't work. 3D scan didn't work. So there we had to use blood. And not just anybody's blood, and Thea's blood. So that way they can have the map working. And apparently, I did not think that was actually, I actually thought they were kidding with that. But they got caught and cut from the battle, from the one battle that was before the end, a little bit before the end of the episode. And apparently Earthblood made the map it got all about, and apparently that worked as well. So meanwhile, this episode was still doing with regular cases. There's someone in the police department that's being a little dirty and whatnot. And then there's weird stuff going on over there. But then we found out, and then they found the case. And the lowest drugs, not just any drug, vertigo. If you remember season 1, vertigo was kind of done. If you remember what vertigo did to people on the show, if you've been in Arrow through season 1, then you know exactly what I'm talking about from Vertigo. And then apparently there might be someone who's behind anything at all, and we're called Dragons something. And then now, when the map has been revealed, and we figured out what the maps were and where the locations are in this map, we found out there are 3 Lazarus pits. I did not expect anything like that to happen. Now, they didn't happen to have a Lazarus pit on the show, but their version is like a hot tub. Because they didn't make it. If you read comic books, then you know there are Lazarus pit, Ra's al Ghul. He made like this Lazarus pit is green, and but it does the same thing. But even though it was a hot tub on the show, but it does the same thing. They brought the dead back to life. It brings the dead back to life, and so there were 3 of them, and they had to be destroyed. So that it want to be used in the wrong hands. So he didn't have to go to do it, and this time went with them, and then Roy went with them because Roy decided what to do it. But then there's this moment moment before they left, and when they're in the bedroom together, they said, "How did I get so lucky?" And he said, Maybe it was from a stolen purse. And that was how they met on the show. It was a good season 1 flashback. Yeah, it was season 1. It was season 1. Yes, thank God I remembered. And with Thea left, and they gave him a hug, if you remember season 1, Oliver and Ethan, I miss you so much. And in the very first episode of the very first season, Thea saw him and we gave him a hug and said, I missed you. And then Oliver said, you'll be there with me the whole time. When Thea said that, it went opposite. And when Oliver did it, and Oliver said, I'm gonna miss you so much. And Thea said, you'll be there with me the whole time. So it was a good season 1 flashback of this episode. Man, there were a lot of good flashbacks in this episode. It was really good. Overall, it was a really good episode. I enjoyed it very much. Man. And that will be the end of my video. And I apologize for having uploaded in the past couple days. Let's just say I kind of been lazy. I'll admit it, I've been kind of lazy. Plus, it was my brother's birthday on Wednesday, so I couldn't do anything on there on that day. But that's also another reason why I could then upload past this week. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. And if any of you guys have come to the channel and are new and are fans of the nerd and the geek culture, please smash the like button, hit the subscribe, and tap the bell. And I'll see you all next time with my... Now, I didn't watch Legends of Tomorrow season episode 17, but I know this Monday is the season finale, and I promise I will do this episode probably this weekend, or possibly tonight. Because I don't have any plans tonight, so I will possibly do it tonight. Alright, I'll see you guys later with the video. See ya!